Friends, in this video, I'll explain how to use the Pexabyte Billing application. When you launch the application, you will see the login screen. Enter username and password. Click on login button. You'll see the dashboard. In the dashboard, we have product, customer, create DC, invoice, labor bill, investments, payment received, DC and invoice, DC and labor, reports, and logout. There are other buttons which are not in use for now. They are meant for future purpose. So in any business we have products and we are selling the products to our customers. So first of all we need to register both products and customers. To register the products, click on product button and open the product registration screen. There you have search and maintain. Expand the maintain section. There you can enter the name of the product and its details. Test product 9999 and then enter the product type. Product type can be manufacturing or service. Let us select manufacturing. Enter the HSN code and select the unit of measure. It can be either piece or set. Remarks, if you have any remarks, enter, otherwise enter NA. Enter the CGST percentage 9. Enter SGST percentage 9. Enter the rate of this product, say 550 rupees. This is without GST. Then save the product. So you can click on add more products to add more products. So like this you can create or register any number of products in the application. Once you're done with product registration, you can go back to the dashboard by clicking on the back to dashboard button on the top left corner of the screen. Again go to customer screen to register the customers by click on customers button. Expand the maintain section of the customer screen. Enter the name of the customer. ABC Private Limited. ABC Buildings, Nampalli, Hyderabad, 5,45,000. Enter the GST number of the customer here. Then phone number. Then email ID. Then select the state. Then click on save. The customer will get registered. By click on add more customers, you can add any number of customers or you can register any number of customers in the system. Just go to back to dashboard. Here you can create invoice directly by click on invoice button. When click on invoice button, you will see the invoice screen like this, wherein invoice number is auto generated by the system. So we are populating default current date, that is the invoice date. So in the customer text field, you can select the customer which you already registered in the system. For example, A B C ABC Private Limited. Just now we registered in the system. When you select the customer here, the corresponding GST number will get populated as shown here, and you can mention the transport mode. Generally, we have transport mode like by road, by rail, by some other means like flight cargo, freight, like that. So for now, I am just mentioning it as a by road. Vehicle number, vehicle to be used to transport the goods from one place to another place. So you have to enter the number of the vehicle. Let's say TN 15K 5569, and then supply date and time. Just enter the supply date and time. This one, place of supply, let's say Nampalli, and then order number, the order date. The order date can be previous date, let's say 12th, or you can say 11th. Tax type is GST. You can also select IGST, but for now I am selecting GST. UA bill number is not, is optional. So here you can select the products for which we need to create the invoice. Let's say test test product 999. This is the one which we created just now, and here you need to enter the quantity. Let's say 10. Click on add product, so you can add the product like this, and this will give the all the details of the product which on for which you are going to give the invoice. In the similar way, you can select one or many products here. So I selected manufacturing 5005, and the quantity should be 16. I selected another, I'm going to select another product, say manufacturing test, let's say 20. Now we are going to create the invoice for these products and to this customer on 21st July 2022. Okay, with the GST is 9% on these products. The corresponding HSS number, HSN code is displayed there. The quantity and this one, unit of measure, rate, amount, GST percentage, CGST, SGST percentage, SGST, everything is uh, calculated properly, and all the information is shown at the bottom of the screen. Total amount before tax, total CGST amount, total SGST amount, delivery charges. Since we have not added any delivery charges, it is 0. Total amount after tax is so and so. So now we can save the invoice. Click on save. Saved successfully. As soon as you save the data, and the auto generated invoice number will get displayed on the screen. That is 866 here. So now the invoice is created. Once the invoice is created, when you click on the print at the bottom of the screen, three invoices, three copies of invoices will get generated, will get printed. But while printing, right, we will not print the information which you are seeing on this. We will not print the screen as it is. Instead, we will print the PDF document corresponding to this screen. I will show you the PDF document to be printed. See here, three copies of the invoice generated. I'll open the original. So this is the invoice to be printed. When you click on the print button on the screen. Okay. So here the details of the customer. See here, we are giving this invoice to ABC Private Limited with the invoice number is 866 and transport mode is by road, vehicle number, date of supply, Nampalli. E-way bill we have not provided, that's why it's not getting displayed here. State code, the state code of the state code where we are doing the business. Okay. So currently SDF fabricators is using the application, that's why SDF fabricators information is coming on the top of this invoice. So these are the products which we selected in the screen. The same products will be captured here in the PDF report. This is the report which we can send to the customer. We can just print and then send it to the customer. So this is serial number, particulars, there is a product details, and then HSN code, quantity, per rate, amount, information. I mean total amount before tax, SGST, CGST, delivery charges, total amount of tax. All these things are generated. Are captured into one PDF. This PDF will get printed when you click on the print on the screen. Okay. So let's go to delete this one. Let's go to dashboard and see how to create the labor bill. To create the labor bill, just click on the labor bill screen, labor bill button. Here you have the same, almost similar kind of text fields to capture the required information. Here the labor bill number is disabled because it will be generated by the system. Labor bill date, customer, you can select the customer here. Let's say this many customers we registered in the system. We can select some good health private limited guy, and then their GST number will be automatically populated. Transportation mode, let's say by road. Enter the vehicle number TN17K. The supply date and time, and then place of supply, Nampalli, order number, something like this, order date can be previous date, it can be 8th, and then so you select the products for which you done some service. Let's say you get 75 products, and then service, you can say 25, other, so you can say 30. So you took some products and done some service for those products, and then creating a labor bill for that. Click on the save, click on OK, then you will see the labor bill number over here generated here. and when you click on print, right, three copies of labor will get printed. So I will show you the labor bills. The format is almost similar to invoice, but the details are different. So this is labor bill with labor bill number so and so, labor bill date and transportation mode, all these things the same. This is the customer address, and these are the products for which we done some service, and HSN code, quantity per unit of measure, rate, amount, and all these things. This is the one which will get printed when you click on the print button on the screen. The another feature here is some of the companies are using delivery challan of process. First they will create the delivery challan, and then based on the delivery challan they will create the invoice. In the similar way they will create the delivery challan, based on the delivery challan they will create the labor bill. We do have that option. So to create the delivery challan, click on create DC. Here you can create the delivery challan. So this is a DC date and your DC number. I mean, whenever these guys are getting SDS fabricators guys are getting some order from other people, from other company, so they will provide some DC number. That is in Chennai they used to uh, they use this term, your DC number means the DC number provided by the people or the company gave the order. Okay, so let's say there is some DC number, your DC number, your DC date. So DC date means they uh, gave the order on 12th, or they gave the order on 5th of this July. So by today, by 21st, we already done with the manufacturing of that particular products ordered by some XYZ company through this DC number. We will see if you have PO number, you can enter PO number. If you don't have PO, I mean, if you don't have PO number, you need not enter. But here in this particular scenario, we kept some PO number also mandatory. Uh, I enter the PO number, uh, enter the PO date, purchase order date, like this. Customer name. To which customer, to whom we are creating this delivery challenge, that you can select here. Let's say we are creating this delivery challenge for German Industries Private Limited. So DC type. So the DC, we have two types of DC. One is brought out, one is for labor charge. When you are manufacturing the product, it should be brought out. When you are doing some service, it should be labor charge. Let's say we are doing manufacturing, so you select the brought out. Delivery in which state? It can be Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Puducherry, whatever it is. So we are doing currently we are delivering in Andhra Pradesh, let's say. So use a DC number. Sometimes, right, some people are asking to provide the user DC number manually. That's why we kept this user DC number field. But as a matter of fact, this is not needed. The DC number will be generated by the system. Okay. So here we need to select the products for which we need to create the delivery challan. Let's say manufacturing to 5 items, manufacturing test 10 items, manufacturing Amman product 1 15 items, manufacturing 3 18 items. I click on create. So delivery challan saved successfully. So this delivery DC number will be generated by the system automatically. When you click on the print, right, again the PDF format, delivery challan in PDF format will get printed. Let's see. I think it might fail. Let's see whether it is generated or not. Labor reports and DC 923. Yeah, the DC will looks like this. It's a very simple one. Yeah, this is a DC number which we have here in the screen, and then DC type is brought out, order number, order date, to German industries, and then description. These are the products, this is the quantity, and we need to send this to customer will sign on this form and return it back to the manufacturer. So once you are done with this DC, based on the DC we can create invoice. For that, just go to the dashboard, click on the DC and invoice button, and you will go to DC BOSH, that means delivery challan brought out search. Here you just select the customer. Let's say you created the DC for German industries, and then add load delivery challan. Click on load delivery challan. You will see all the delivery challans created for this particular German Industries Private Limited. Let's say this is the latest one. Whatever we have, the latest one is 246. So let's select that DC to which we need to provide the invoice, to which we need to generate the invoice. Select the invoice date here, and tax is GST, e-way bill is optional, transportation mode, road, vehicle number EN16G, then supply date and time, and then place of supply. Select the delivery challan to which we need to generate the invoice, and once you select and enter all the details, click on the generate invoice at the bottom of the screen. It will open the DC and invoice screen. So wherein you can see the DC details like this, and you can see the products under which, under this DC, the list of the products which are delivered under this DC. Now we created the invoice for the products which are already delivered under this DC. Okay, so when you click on the print, right, again the format DC plus invoice format will get printed. I will show you that format as well. Reports, and inside DC invoice you will see this is the format we have for DC plus invoice. In this we are showing DC details in the first table, and this is the customer address, and this is the DC type. Here for this DC 246, these are the products which we delivered, and now this is the invoice for the products which are delivered under this DC 246, and this is the amount, and this is the tax, and this is the total. So we made this format just to capture the details of both DC and invoice. So this is the customer expectation. We can do some customization if needed. based on the customer requirement. That means kind of customization of the report. Okay, we can do the customization of the report when needed. Okay, so like this we can also create the DC. uh, we can also create the DC with the type labor charge, and to create the DC and labor you can use the DC and labor search and enter the details and click on the generate labor button at the bottom, so it will generate the DC based labor. So that's all for now. And one more important thing is the reports. You can go and generate the reports here. You can have sales report and you can have purchase report. The sales report between two dates. Let's say I want the sales report from June 1st to today. Click on generate. It will generate the report. Whatever you are seeing in the screen, right? For this screen, in the back end, the corresponding Excel sheet, all this information is captured into Excel sheet and kept in one place. You can copy that Excel sheet here. Inside reports you have sales report. Again in sales report you have invoice sales and labor sales. Like this Excel sheets will get generated. If you look at this one, right, see, you'll see the information like this. This is the transaction date, invoice number, to which customer you generate this invoice, and the GST number of the customer, whether that particular customer is paid or not, and the products for which you generate this invoice, and every single information is captured into this text. And we also create the total amount of the invoice for that particular range, and that means between two dates you can generate this sales report, and you can share this sales report with the CA or accountant, so that it is useful for them at the time of tax filing. Okay, so in the similar way you can say the other report, open labor bill. If you create any labor bill related stuff, that will be captured in this report. We do have the purchase report. Here you can go to search and select the purchase report, enter the start date and end date, and then generate. Yeah, some problem is there because of some information mismatch. uh, yeah, that we will verify and correct the small issue, and at the time of release the application. Okay, so these are all the overall features of this Pexabyte billing application. We are open to customize the application based on the customer needs. uh, and also we are open to take the new requirements if needed, but new requirement might take some time to capture to implement. That's all for now, guys. So let's log out and stop this video.